markets. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Hastings, Lennox and Addington.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, I asked whether this NDP Liberal government would provide Canadians who were unable to use ArriveCan with an easier alternative to allow them to visit their families out of Canada. Instead of answering the question, the Minister of Health sadly and predictably responded with the same tired, old talking points. Mr. Speaker, will this minister clearly tell Canadians what date this government will drop their mandates so that we can all travel freely?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Let me speak, Mr. Speaker, to something which I think is extremely important for us to understand. Long COVID. Among all those infected by COVID, whether being severe or mild, the estimate is that between 10 and 30% of them will suffer from long COVID. This has dramatic impacts on their lives in the short and longer term. 30% of them will need to consult more than 10 times after that. 30% of them will need to stop working. These have very significant health, personal, and economic costs. The way to protect partly against that is to protect against transmission and to do that through vaccination.
The honourable member for Hastings, Lennox and Addington.
Mr. Speaker, 4 months ago, Donna McCall was denied the opportunity to see her children located in the U.S. while she was at home dying, waiting for a liver transplant. The transplant that never came. Her husband held up his phone so Donna could say their last goodbye to their mother while she died. Mr. Speaker, what happened to John and Donna and their children is devastating. When will this government show some compassion for suffering families like the McCalls? And please lift the federal mandates.
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Compassion is the key word, Mr. Speaker. We need to have each other's back. We need to protect each other's health. That's best done by following public health measures, as most of us do today, but not all of us. It's also done by being vaccinated. That protects our health and those that we love. Mr. Speaker, that also protects against long COVID. By the way, long COVID affects all organs, all vital organs with 100 symptoms. The brain, the heart, the lungs, the liver. This is serious, Mr. Speaker, and demands responsibility on the part of the government.
The honourable member for Charlesbourg au Saint